Welcome to Round Glass. I'm Christina Dufour. Thank you for joining me for this meditation on cultivating well-being with Yoga Nidra. The goal of today's practice is to tune into sensations. We're going to release tension and ease into deep relaxation. It's nice to let go of whatever we've picked up or taken on energetically over the week, especially if it no longer serves us. And I really love the live component of this class. So before we settle in, I have a question for all of you. What's one word to describe how you're feeling right now? And please feel free to share it in the chat if you're comfortable. I want to give a brief understanding of Yoga Nidra, as some of you may not know the history. And Yoga Nidra can be found in the Yoga Sutras, the original text written on yoga by the sage Patanjali. As I teach in my Round Glass course, there are 8 limbs described by Patanjali on the path to yoga. And Yoga Nidra is the 4th limb. It's also known as pratyahar, or withdrawal of the senses. Because it's one of the last 4 stages of yoga, it's a specific state of consciousness. And Yoga Nidra is the practice to achieve that state. Yoga Nidra is really a science. It's the science of relaxation. So just think, throughout your day, you and I, we're all accumulating tension. Muscular tension, emotional tension, physical tension. And Yoga Nidra is the science of relaxation, which enables us to dive deep down into the realms of the subconscious mind and release and relax all these tensions. And thereby we're going to establish harmony in all facets of our being. I want to thank everyone for sharing in the chat. I see that some people are feeling groggy, happy, anxious, impatient. Well, welcome. If it's your first time trying Yoga Nidra, I hope you like it. So let's prepare for our meditation now. Our practice is done lying down in Shavasana. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. You can lie down in Shavasana and have a blanket over your body and a low pillow beneath your head. Some of us like to use props to support ourselves for additional comfort. Traditionally, Yoga Nidra does not use any props, but if you need those for added comfort, I suggest that you support yourself however you need for your body. Shavasana is just a lying down posture, like this. You're going to see me get up from the posture because I'll be instructing from a seated position. But I'd like for you to remain laying down for the entirety of the practice. And at the end, I'll bring us back up to a seat to close the practice together. So now that you've found this lying down position, just make any adjustments to support yourself in feeling comfortable. If you have props, you can adjust those as need be, and you can adjust your arms to rest alongside the body, maybe a little further away. You can spread your legs a little. When you found a comfortable position that works for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Begin to feel the body. Allow the body to find stillness. And feel the whole body. Feel the whole body together. And feel the connection between the body and the floor. Feel the connection between the body and the floor. Noticing all of the parts of the body that are in contact with the floor. The heels on the floor, legs on the floor. Feel the hips touching the floor. The arms and floor. Shoulder blades, upper back on the floor. The head and the floor. Feel the whole body and the floor. Now begin to feel the space between the body and the floor. The space between the body and the floor. It is neither the body nor the floor, but the space in between, almost an abstract experience. One whole space from your head to your heels, the space between the body and the floor. Now go to your lips. Sense the space between your lips. Feel the space between the lips. Between the body and the floor. Between the lips. Between the body and the floor. Between the lips. And now between the eyelids, the place where the upper and lower eyelids meet. Sense the space between them, the space between the eyelids. And the space between the lips, the space between the body and the floor, between the lips, between the eyelids, the lips, body and floor, the lips, the eyelids, body and floor. Sense the space between the body and the floor. And notice how still your body has become. Notice the stillness. Meditate on the stillness. Feel the stillness in the whole body. Now bring your mental attention to your toes. Feel your toes, all 10 toes together. On both feet, all 10 toes. We're going to draw the attention through the body, kind of like a scan of the body. Feel your awareness touching each part of the body as we move through. Follow along with me, starting at the toes, feeling all 10 toes. And now the balls of your feet, the middle, the arches, the heels, and the tops of your feet, all together. Feel your ankles, calves, shins, and lower legs on both legs, all together. Feel your knees, your thighs, tops and bottoms of the thighs, both thighs together. Right buttocks, left buttocks, both sides of the buttocks together, and the hips as a whole. Gliding your awareness up to fill your abdomen, lower belly, lower back, middle belly, middle back, upper back, chest, rib cage, shoulder blades, the whole trunk together. Your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, and all 10 fingers together. Now in your awareness, you can feel the whole body more fully. Keep this connection and draw your attention up your throat and neck. Sense your whole head, the skull, the brain, the muscles of the face. Feeling the whole body together. Sensing the whole body together. Feeling that you are one with your body. And now begin to awaken the sensation of heaviness in the body. The body is becoming heavier and heavier. Begin to feel the body sinking down into the ground. Heels are heavy. Hands are heavy. Head is heavy. Feel heaviness in the legs, heaviness in the arms, heaviness in the trunk. The whole body is heavy. The whole body is heavy. And you feel that your body is continuing to sink down into the ground, almost making an imprint on the ground, as though you were laying in sand on a warm beach. Let the sand receive the weight of your whole body. Go to one of your forearms and experience this forearm becoming heavy. Heaviness in the elbow and the hand. In the upper arm, shoulder, and shoulder blade. And the whole arm is heavy. Experience heaviness in your other forearm. This forearm is sinking down. Feel heaviness in the hand and the elbow, the upper arm, shoulder, and shoulder blade. In both arms, both shoulders are heavy. Heaviness in the head. Feel heaviness in the head. The eyes are becoming heavy. The eyes are dropping to the back of the head and falling into the ground. Heaviness in the little muscles of your forehead. Heaviness in the cheeks. Your lips are heavy. Heaviness all over. Heaviness all over. Heavy body, very heavy body. Now awaken the sense of lightness in the body. Feel the body becoming lighter and lighter as though it is lifting up off the ground. Feet are light, legs are light, hands are light, arms are light, head is light, trunk is light. Feel the whole body becoming lighter and lighter. Imagining that the body is lifting up off the floor. The body is lifting up off the floor and drifting above the floor like a feather, floating side to side. The body is very light, weightless. Experience the spinal cord almost weightless. The brain is weightless. The whole body is light, light like air or lighter than air. Feel weightlessness in the whole body. Weightlessness all over. Light body, very light body. Sense the space between your body and the floor as one whole space or as separate parts. And use this to help create more lightness in the body. Weightlessness. And now bring your mind's attention to the center between the eyebrows. Bring your attention to the center between the eyebrows. And imagine that you are going for a walk in the woods. You are walking among tall trees. You see the sun shining between the trees into the woods. The path opens to the edge of a field. In this field are deer grazing. Make contact with the deer. Now you continue to walk in the woods, walking on a path that comes to another clearing where there is a lake with clear water. You can see the bottom of the lake, the leaves from last year. You lean over and see your reflection in the lake. See your reflection in the water of the lake. Now see a red rose, a sun rising, a yellow tulip, a green lawn of fresh cut grass. Smell the grass. a blue bell, hear it ringing, a violet orchid, a crystal ball. Now imagine yourself sitting around a fire with friends or family, hearing the crackling sounds, enjoying the company around you. Sitting around a fire with friends. Now imagine yourself in a situation in your life where you are engaging with other people, maybe in your work, and experience yourself having success. Experience yourself engaged in a moment of success in your work. Now see a golden spider on a golden web, a golden bird flying, a golden egg. Now see a mirror you know well, and see your reflection in that mirror. Let your reflection come to life in that mirror. If it is foggy, clear it up, wipe away the fog, and see your reflection in the mirror. Om Tat Tat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. We will be awakening from the practice gradually. Stay in your laying down position and just open your eyes. Take a look around a little bit and take in the space around you. Get a good contact with the space. Look at the walls, the ceiling, furniture in the room. And take a few deeper breaths, allowing yourself to remain laying down and reconnecting to your body with some breaths and now some stretches. Stretching through the hands and feet, the arms and legs. And then slowly bring yourself to a finishing seat. Welcome back. Let's just take a moment to notice how we feel right now. What was it like for you? Notice if how you feel now is any different from how you felt when you started. We have some questions that came through, so we'd like to just take a little time to answer those for you before we end our session today. One of the questions was, is Yoga Nidra a hypnotic state? Yoga Nidra is not exactly a hypnotic state, although it does go in a similar pathway or kind of the same pathway as a hypnosis would. Hypnosis and Yoga Nidra actually take two very different directions. I think the key to really understanding what we're doing here is that we're looking to stay conscious. So although we're bringing ourselves in through a process that's very much like a self-hypnosis, we're looking to go into this different state of consciousness, we're also going to be doing our best to train ourselves to stay aware, alert, awake. So as we transcend through different layers of consciousness and we bring our consciousness to depths maybe we've never experienced before, our consciousness can go as far as we take it. We're going to be able to be a part of that experience and a part of those states by staying awake. And so that's often why in more advanced practice, we might say to ourselves, or it's instructed that we say to ourselves before we begin is do not sleep, or I'm practicing Yoga Nidra, I will not sleep. Because we're not trying to go into a place where we will lose our capacity for witnessing awareness. So the next question is it okay for me to experience twitching in my body during practice? Absolutely. So we talked about, the mental, physical, emotional tensions that we accumulate through any given day. And when you're twitching, sometimes that happens when you go to sleep, right? You're just falling asleep and your body kind of starts twitching a little bit. That's a physical experience of your body releasing some of those physical tensions. So throughout Yoga Nidra, as you deepen your practice, you might actually even experience more of that. And in my own practice, I've noticed that the deeper I've been able to go while staying conscious, I notice that happens more, and there's a greater release of energy that's actually happening. One of the things that's kind of really cool about Yoga Nidra is it's changing your brain and your state. It's bringing more cerebral spinal fluid through the, it's charging up the cerebral spinal fluid and helping it move more fluidly through the spine and the brain. And because it's charging it up, it really kind of opens the energy. And so a lot of energy will be released, a lot of tension. So another question is, what does it mean to have a witnessing awareness? Such a great question. Witnessing awareness is really what we're cultivating in many meditations, where if you can imagine, you could pull the lens of your mental attention kind of back and just be aware of what's going on, what's happening, without having any reaction, any judgment, any of that to it. So witnessing is kind of witnessing without any interaction, engagement, response, any of that, but just noticing. It's a pretty cool state. So I want to thank you for sharing this time together, and please continue to explore meditation with us. You can check out our daily live meditations at round.glass or on our app. So I'll be back next Monday and Friday for our next live sessions for Yoga Nidra.